Hey, what's up fam? Today we'll be doing another test, and guys, this is gonna be the last test, and if this test passes, then we're gonna keep this spool. So if you guys haven't watched this, the other few videos, this is the Tatula 100 series, and this is the exact model right here, the 100 HSL 2019 Daiwa Tatula. And I had the RoroX spool, and I had some problems with this spool because the spool right here did not fit into my stock bearings, and I found one of my bearings, because I have a ton of ceramic hybrid bearings, right? And one out of the many that I had actually fits this the spool. Okay, no problem. See, it just pops off, unlike the other videos that I've done. If you guys haven't watched it, you guys got to check out the top right hand corner. But here we go. And now, guys, I only have one here. I didn't change the main one here because I just want to see if this works before I change anything else, because I actually have two more shallow spools for the Tatula, and I don't intend of, doing all the tests with any sort of change bearings until I test those spools out. So it doesn't make sense for me to change everything because the spools actually should be here by this week, if not next week. But anyway, today's focus is really this spool. Now, again, as you can see, I could put everything back in together very easily. It's not stuck to my side plate. What happened earlier too, when we actually had the other bearing on, the spool, since it was stuck there, it was not aligned properly. It was actually, this side was actually out a lot more, leaving a gap here. So when I backlash, line actually go into the spool. But anyway, guys, let's do some testing, some casting. We're gonna start kind of similar to what we did last time. We started with that 16th ounce marabou jig. So this is very, very light. And then we're gonna increase the weight and see how this goes. Hopefully when we backlash, the line does not go into there. That's my ultimate goal. All right, into my casting pond. And there's a lot of people here today, holy crap. Looks like it's gonna be a tough day because there's no fish in the shallow. They're probably all in deep, which is on that side. Kids throwing a stick all over the place. But I'm gonna walk around just up to here. Okay, this looks good. We'll cast here. So this thing is tuned properly. This doesn't shake left and right. I put it on 14 brakes. Oh, that's a pretty good cast. Hopefully the angle is better than the last time. So hopefully during the edits, you guys can see that it's much better. But guys, I could definitely cast this out, no problem. I say the distance is pretty good. I am not quite sure if my Surinoya Spirit Fox can cast this jig as far, but it definitely can cast this far with maybe a longer rod. Right now I'm using this Surinoya Dexterity, the C63 Ultralight, but I actually have another longer rod. This guy here is, I think it's like 1.8 meters long. I have another rod from Rosewood, which is like a no-name brand on Aliexpress, and that's like 2.1 meters. And man, that thing casts pretty far. So guys, this is pretty good. That's my first backlash, but just a little bit. So what I'll do is I'm gonna back my brakes up, and I'm gonna backlash on purpose for the next few casts, because I wanna see, ultimately I wanna see if it actually gets into the spool there. All right guys, I am dialed in to 12. This is a moment of truth. Whoa, that goes actually pretty damn far. All right, so I thumbed it because, by reflexes, I always thumb my stuff, right? But I did not backlash. So I have a feeling that because of the spool sitting properly, it actually backlash less, and this time I'll let backlash. Okay, so it backlash, right? So I'm gonna start pulling it. I just let it sit earlier. So I'm just pulling it, pulling it, pulling it, pulling it, pulling it. Let's keep going. Oh guys, guess what? It didn't go in for the first backlash. I am so stoked. I am so stoked. And guys, one more thing. Listen to this. You don't really hear scratching. I think one of my viewers said he heard scratching. All you hear is my ceramic bearing right now going on the right side of the plate, and it's not too loud. It's pretty silent. Jesus Christ, little kids. All right, let this backlash again. All right, this thing backlash, trying to fix the backlash. And guys, this is not a bad backlash. If I actually thumb it, right, and actually roll cast like that I'm supposed to, I don't think I'll backlash that much with the size break setting 12. All right, so the backlash is pretty bad. Pretty bad for 12. So let me just adjust a little bit more. I'm gonna go back to 14 later just to cast at 14, but right now at this weight right here, 12 is not sufficient. Maybe, 13 would be perfect, but 14 so far is good for me. But the purpose of backlashing right now is just to see if it goes into the spool. And right now this is like the third cast backlash, and it did not go in, so I am pretty stoked. So technically I think this spool would have been good if they didn't give me a defective spool. What do you guys say, eh? What do you guys say? That is some good distance with a little bit of backlash at the end. This is break 13. I think that's the first I could cast with this ultra lightweight jig. So what I'll do is I'm gonna switch over to a pretty much my considered a standard jig size. Oh, is that a tug? Could be something at the bottom, but yeah, my standard jig size is a size 1/16 ounce, and usually some sort of soft plastic, either like a 2-inch grub tail, or I do like micro swim baits lately. I've been doing the B Vibe from Roro Tackle because that thing is pretty cool. So yeah, let me conclude that the 1/16 ounce jig is pretty good. So here we go, the B Vibe. Okay, put this back here. Got my 1/16 ounce jig head, which is 1.8 grams. This is a soft lock tungsten jig. The lower's from Roro Tackle, the jig's from Roro Tackle. What I like to do is I put this bead pretty much up here. Soft lock enables the lure to stay pretty much onto a jig without any of those barb stuff, because sometimes when you rip off the barbs, it kind of destroys the lure. This here, it slides with it. Sometimes it pops off. It's okay. It goes right back in pretty soft and easy. And if you want to change bait, change color, it's relatively easy as well without destroying your baits. So let's get to it. All right, peace and quiet, guys. I will leave this at 13, okay? Oops. Maybe the way I'm swinging the rod is a little bit bad, but it backlash while going forward. I have to say, man, at this point here, at this price point, using this lure, because I use this lure a lot. If you guys haven't watched some of my older videos, I normally use my Surinoya Spirit Fox, a super duper budget friendly reel. And I feel that, okay, that's a better cast. That is a better cast. Okay, so that might compete or even be better than the Surinoya, but that is a good cast. I accept this spool. This is pretty good. Now, I've been throwing with a heavier, not heavier, but a longer rod from the Rosewood. So maybe my next time going out, you guys will see that rod with this reel, because this rod is it's my brother's, my little brother's. So spring is coming, and he'll definitely take the rod back, and I'll be stuck with my longer rod, which I'm totally okay with, because I cast further with that. And right here, I'm pretty stuck with this very super duper light lure. I'm able to cast pretty darn far. So I would say that this trip out here today, this reel testing with this rod, line, 4-pound test line, by the way. I use the same 4-pound test line from Bass Pro Shop, because that's what I have at home. It's cheap stuff, especially for these testing stuff. But anyway, yeah, for this testing purposes, I think, you guys saw the backlash, okay? I think that, I cast relatively far with the 16th ounce jig head plus a small plastic, and the backlash have not gone underneath the spool. So definitely that was a defect on Roro, because I heard people say, they have better success, but there's one person who told me that although his could go into the bearing, I don't think it went in all the way, because his, when he showed me a photo, that side is like still a little bit not even. Like right now, my spool is pretty darn even. Holy smokes, guys. I am pretty stoked. I got 2 more spools coming in, so I'm gonna play around with those. If eBays are still selling these Tatulas instead of MSRP at 160, 170-ish, and selling out like 102, I may cop 1 more. Maybe at a different speed. I'm not quite sure yet. But definitely, with 2 more spools coming in, I definitely want to keep one for the super duper ultralight fishing with the shallow spool. Super duper shallow spool is, and a mid shallow spool for like my heavy applications such as Ned rigging and Jika rigging, because that's like something I love to throw on a medium light casting rod, fast tip action, and it's so much fun. Like a lot of people Ned rig with spinning rod, spinning reel setup, but I've been Ned rigging this late fall into early winter, and I've been slaying it with a shallow spool setup, and it's so much fun. So guys, I'm gonna show you guys one last lure. All right guys, so here it is. This is my latest prototype, homemade micro chatterbait. I found some small little blades. I mean, it's pretty puny. It's so puny that it's so hard to even make anything that connects to it. But maybe I'll buy some clips. But this is my quick and dirty way of connecting the lure together. But I have a 16th ounce cone weight that I had to drill in a little bit. Then I shoved this whole thing in. I also wrapped the wire onto the shank of my fly fishing hook. This is like a long hook, right? And then I tied some bucktail on it. So let's just throw this in the water right now. I'm gonna just lob it out here. Actually, no, just short distance right here, just right there. I just want to see if it shakes. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh man. Dude, I have a feeling this is gonna kill so much freaking fish this year. Well, not kill, but slay. You know what I'm saying. Oh man, this is so crazy. Oh man, this is so crazy. And this is very light. This is gonna be my pond slayer. Dude. That is insane. All right guys, let's do some real casting this time. 13 breaks. This is at 2.9 grams, but with it wet, it might be heavier. So let's see. All right, so casting distance is not that great with it. Definitely got a crazy backlash. It's probably because the lure is a lot heavier than the others, so I gotta cast it in a specific way. I hear something rubbing. Did it go in? Uh-oh. Guess what, guys? The nightmare has come. It actually went in. This is kind of what I wanted to see, at least. So it went in. But this time it's going to be easier to clear out because, and I'll show you why. It's because my plate, I gotta take it out. Ta-da! Oh my gosh, so much easier. Come on. Come on. Pop it out. Pull it out. Not a good idea, Jimbo. I think I just destroyed it completely. Yep, Jimbo destroyed it completely. So guys, do not try to open up your spool while it's backlash, because it's gonna get stuck. And then now I can't even take the whole thing out. I have to cut my line in order to fix it. So I gotta pull my lure back in. I mean, out of that many backlash, only one happened. I think it might be okay. But still, it's not perfect. So I probably, I don't know, guys. Now I got mixed feelings. I think with that many backlash and only one mishap, I think it's okay. But I'll let you guys tell me whether it thinks if it's okay. I mean, I may put on 6-pound test line, but then again, it's, I'll lose a lot of casting distance. But I think this is a good time to end this video. I was hoping I could catch some fish using that cool lure, but the focus of this video is really to see what happens with the ceramic hybrid bearing on this Roro spool. So guys, did it save it? Potentially. Should I return it? Likely. I'll let you guys decide for me. Leave me a comment below. Thanks for watching. Until next time, try to stay backlash free.